Welcome to episode 214 of the DorkLair Collecting Podcast, recorded on Thursday, November 30th, 2023. The topic this week, kind of the discussion topic, is going to be that situation with the Mezco rewards. Of course, we'll get into a bunch of toy news, including Legions and some other stuff. But Chris and Larry couldn't make it, so I've got some guests here tonight. One of the benefits of being a member of the DorkLair channel is that you may get recruited to do some work for me, like co-hosting the show. So with me is Cloud Foxwell, Curtis Ackerman, and Joe Gonsalves. Welcome, everybody.
How's it going, everyone?
Oh,
So as everybody knows, we usually just kick it off with recent pickups, and let's go around the horn, starting with Cloud. Any recent pickups?
Not since Legion's Con. I picked up a few cosmics. I got a really good deal on a Torion figure. I think I got him he was up for 80, which was the cheapest I saw him in the convention, and the guy sold him to me for 65, which is like just above my cap. So I was happy about that.
Yeah.
Like most people there, I picked up the Valiant Knight, and I cannot put him down. He lives on my desk. My Plunderlong friends came home. I just grabbed, they're up. I have them up on a shelf, but I figured I'd grab my favorite one. This is Captain Ojo. I like the hook hand. He's got a dagger and a harpoon attachment.
Nice.
These guys are a lot of fun. I think I have 6 of them. So it's getting a little crowded in the Plunderlings display. But other than that, nothing too big. Trying to kind of weasel my way into an all-in for Rising Suns after I told my wife I wouldn't. So we'll see.
How about you, Curtis?
I got a couple new classifieds. Got the Dreadnoks in, so I got Buzzer, and then got Ripper. So they are really cool. I'm loving those. I'm not all in on the classifieds, but the Dreadnoks were always my favorite, so I have to get those. And you know, it is a really good line, especially for a retailer line. So
Kevin, I totally forgot I got those guys too. I totally forgot until you said something, because they went in the display and I've just been so distracted. But yeah, they're great. They're great.
Super chat from Kevin. Did you just call him Kevin Maboots?
Kevin Maboot.
Kevin Maboots. I love it. $4.99. Curtis is inevitable. Curtis is everywhere. Nice. Cool. Thank you, Kevin. And Joe, recent pickups?
Yeah, actually, I've had the biggest week that I've had in quite a while. On Black Friday, Target had a sale on the D&D figures. So I picked up the 3 that I didn't have. And they were all for under $10 a piece, which was,
nice.
I felt like a pretty good deal for the figures. And the white owl bear from the movie was 15. I wasn't sure if I was going to pick it up or not, but when I saw that sale price, I decided to go ahead and go for it. I haven't opened them yet, but I'm hoping it's cool.
That came pretty quickly.
I got Yeah. There's a Target, I think, in Reno, which is about 100 miles away from me. And it seemed like it shipped from that, because I can't imagine getting them that fast otherwise.
Yeah.
Our good friend Jesse Arnold hooked me up with the con. He was kind enough to pick up the con exclusives for me. So I was able to grab those. And the retailer exclusive figure Obscuras showed up this week. So yeah, pretty excited with those. I opened them already. I couldn't wait on those. Got them on the shelf already.
My retailer exclusives literally just arrived an hour ago, so I still have those. I haven't even opened the outer box they came in yet, but those just arrived. I can't wait to crack those open and get some reviews going on the channel. And I also, probably the big one that I got this week that I'm all kind of hyped up for is the Gotham by Gaslight Batman. This also just came today, but I did have time because it came earlier in the day and I was able to get it out of the box and just got it into It's basic look here, and this thing is pretty damn sweet. The suit on this is awesome. It's a really cool look, and I love that comic, so it's pretty cool. His boots are they have that thing where like there's like the little overlay on the top of the foot that makes posing it a little annoying because it kind of kicks back a little, but other than that, it's solid. I still haven't messed with the wings yet. The cape is beautiful though. It's like not a duster. What do you call the thing that like Sherlock Holmes wears? I don't know.
Like a raincoat?
Yeah, it's not a coat. It's a cape, but it's got the extra piece over the top, and it's it's really nice and wired. It's just Mezco at their best
like
with a figure like this,
like a highwayman, I think. Something.
Yeah, essentially.
An ulster
A what?
or an Inverness cape.
It might be
Quick
an
Google
Inverness
search.
cape, honestly. Yeah, that might actually be it. Rob Zamora. Anyone want to sell their fox from the figure Obscura Santa?
That's the one piece I wanted from that set because Fox.
Well,
We
looks like
gotta have
the demand for just the fox is there's 2 people who want the fox and nobody's selling it just yet. So we'll see if anybody jumps on that. But if anybody has the fox, Rob and Cloud want the fox. And yeah, so I also got all my sorcery finally. So it was kind of weird. The sorcery contested realm trading card game, it got pushed back, and then the big release weekend ended up being Legions Con weekend. And so like my orders, I think I ordered 8 boxes. I ordered 2 from one place, and then I ordered a case of 6, which is kind of a lot of cards. But they all arrived, and I've gone through, what have I done? 5? I've gone through 5 boxes so far. So I've gone through 36 times 5 packs. But yeah, I want to collect the set. I want every card, and I want multiples of certain ones. So, but those arrived, and they're gorgeous. Like these are just like the artwork is just incredible on these. This is who is this? I'm trying to remember his name. Jesse Pilkus. And it's like I just grabbed a random card. Like every card is just beautiful.
That's cool.
All right, let's check in with the chat here. Let's see. Let me scroll up a bit. Let's see. Who was first? John Inglis was first. Dave Orkin was here before the show. Josh Brown, Vonnie Rotten, Steph Orkin, Caleb, Nate Strong, Kirby Smith, Brick Something. So we did a brief members stream last Saturday. I want to do a little more of those, just kind of like do stuff for the members, We did one Saturday, a little impromptu thing, and Brick was on there. It was a lot of fun. Mike Massey, Slink, David Williams, what's going on? J-Mac, Kevin, of course, Mike Massey, probably saying a couple of these more than once. Steve Wegling, Joel, Rick Jones, Bat Force, Odin, Rojo54, Jurassic Jesse, and Skelisauria. Who else here? Am I missing anyone? Joel, I got Drunk Gizmo. What's up, dude? And even when he's on, he's giving away the memberships.
It's a season of giving, right?
So I forget if we established, do those get like just randomly assigned to people?
Yeah.
Or do people claim them in the chat or something? Or
It just
No,
picks
it's
people at
random. Yeah.
oh, okay, cool, nice. Okay, cool. So let's start talking some Legions news. I'll pull up the this slideshow here. It's kind of, for considering like we're coming off Legions Con and stuff, like there's kind of a lot of things like to talk about. So first of all, we've got a new podcast or new live stream show. I'm not sure if it's going to be published audio podcast style too. I'm trying to remember if that's the case. Cloud, do you know?
That was when it was mentioned to me at Legion's Con it was going to be the live stream through YouTube, at least for now.
Okay, so then maybe eventually they'll get it to be audio as well. But the Legions ladies are going to be going live opposite Thursdays. So like we're live today. Next Thursday, you should expect a Legions ladies episode on the Legions ladies YouTube channel, which I've put the link in the description below. They had their first episode last Wednesday because Thanksgiving was Thursday. But so you can go back and you can watch that live stream. If you go to their channel and then go to live, you'll see that stream. And then next week they'll have their next episode. And I'm gonna try my best to be a little more consistent. Now that I know there's someone going opposite weeks, so hopefully that'll work out. But it was a great episode, and looking forward to another awesome Legions show weekly.
One more.
Yeah.
It was definitely a lot of fun. They did a great job.
Yep. It was Tanya, Amber, Steph, who else was on there?
Jacqueline and
Jackie. Cloud. And who was the fifth one?
Cloud.
No, I wasn't. I was in the chat.
It was
not yet.
Lynn.
Oh, you were on
her
Lounge,
first name.
right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's where I saw you. That's right.
I forget Lynn's first name. Emily Lynn? Is that right?
Stacy.
Stacy Lynn.
Stacy.
That's right. Yes. Whoops.
I know I saw Cloud, but yeah, that was on the Lounge. Forgot.
Yep. Okay.
Too many shows.
Curtis, why don't you talk about this one?
So yeah, there's a Toys for Tots campaign going on in the Cabal right now. If you go to the Cabal, I think it's probably the first pinned post under feature.
Yep.
And it's, trying to raise money for that charity. It's going really well from what I've heard from Cullen. A lot of prizes you see here, 45 prizes. Folks donated those prizes. There's brand new figures, there's gift cards, there's painted customs. So a lot of people contributing to this. It's $10 per ticket. And it's unlimited entries because it's for charity. So you can enter as many times as you want. It is going through this Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern. And then Cullen's going to be doing the wheel live at 9 p.m. Eastern, same night. So you got a small window of time between now and Sunday to get those entries in. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff available. So like I said, good for a good cause and a lot of prizes. So get your entries in.
And a wide variety of prizes. Like you got gift cards to Store Horseman. You've got stock figures. You've got exclusives. You've got sets where you're going to get a figure and then like custom painted parts to go with it from, through Wolf King and all that. Like there's just like a ton of stuff going on with it.
Yep. And there's a lot of painted customs too. There's, they've got several painters, including myself, that are, painting up full customs for it. So yeah, check it out. Like I said, if you haven't checked it out yet, hit that little pinned post and look at all the prizes and then decide how much you want to spend.
Yeah. And I believe I put a link directly to that post in the description below. So, I think I might have linked to that. Or no, you know what? I linked to something else.
Rob said, is it going to be live on Facebook or YouTube? I believe he's going to go live in the Cabal on Facebook. So.
All right. So we are still talking about Legions Con 2023. And we're already talking about Legions Con 2024 because the dates are set and the hotel booking, the discounted booking situation is all set up as well. And people, including myself, have already booked their rooms for next year. How many of you have booked your rooms?
Got mine.
Nice.
I got in and I added a day on either side too because that was not enough time last time.
Yeah.
I'm going to be rooming with Jesse, and he booked the rooms already, so me too.
All right, there you go.
Nice. Yeah, I did. What did I do this year? I did Thursday night through and I checked out Sunday. Checked in Thursday, checked out Sunday. This next year, I added one on each end as well. So I have a room booked for Wednesday night, and then check out Monday, which works. Monday works perfectly because it's the holiday.
Mm-hmm.
I'm iffy about that, having that Thursday off, because 2 in a row is difficult to get, especially on a long weekend like that. But if I can get both days, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to work like day 1, request the Friday off. And then as soon as I get confirmation of the Friday off, I'm going to request the Thursday off. I'm not going to try to request them both off at the same time. But if I can get them both off, then I'll be stoked. Even if I don't go to intern, like I still want to be there Wednesday if I can be.
Yeah, and I know Jeremy last night was saying that like as of yesterday, Sunday was sold out, but they were going to buy more slots. So, if you go to book and you want those days, the Wednesday or Sunday, and it's not there, book what you can, and then you can call them back, and there will be, more openings.
Right.
And you can then add those extra ones after the fact. So
yeah, great advice. Just book what you can.
Yeah.
And then add on. Let's see who else in the chat is. David's so stoked that you're coming, Joe.
Hell yeah. Right on. I can't
Hedgehog.
wait to meet everybody. Like, I'm super excited.
Yeah. It's such an awesome event. Hedgehog is booked Thursday till Monday.
That's what we did.
Ken is booked. Josh booked a room and so excited. Kevin. Rob. And yeah, awesome. And even more news, they've got their 2024 events schedule up. So if you go to the Four Horsemen, the sourcehorseman.com, and the dates are for shows that have dates, the dates are up there. So if you're trying to plan like the early year stuff and get to some events in the early part of the year, the dates are definitely there. There's a few things like maybe middle of the year. Like I know ChrisCon is a big one that I do, and that's no date has been set for that yet, but it'll happen. It's just we don't know what date is going to be yet. And some of the others might not have dates, but I should be going to Shop the Curiosity as well, which is in Connecticut, and I think it's like May 18th.
They did finalize the date for MesquiCon this week, so it is 3/16.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I know you were accused of potentially spreading false pre-information there for a little bit.
Yeah, it is official though. I see Nate's asking who's coming. I'm definitely going to be there. And
thank you, Len. My birthday was a couple days ago. I appreciate it. Tons of people, man. A couple people. So Tanya and Trevor both posted in the Cabal, like wishing me a happy birthday, and just the number of comments wishing me a happy birthday was overwhelming, to say the least. But in a very, very good way. It was really nice to have all.
It was funny because my wife's birthday was this past Friday, and like she got more happy birthdays than ever because like she went to Legion's Con this year and met all those people. It's like she's like all these people are wishing me a happy birthday, and I just met them.
It's funny because the reason Chris isn't on the show tonight is because today's Chris's birthday. So there's a lot of birthdays right now.
Birthday, Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Chris.
Yep. So he was gonna maybe hop on for like a little bit, but he's going out to dinner, and so he's gonna have a good time tonight. So happy birthday, Chris. And thanks everybody.
It's not the same, but we'll cover as best we can.
All right, so one final bit here is that the sales are still going on. So the Legions, Cosmic, and Mythic sales, not every single wave is eligible for the sales, but these particular waves. So you've got the deluxe builders, You've got the All Stars 5 plus, Cosmic 1, and then the All Stars Trolls. All those waves are eligible for sales up to 20% from the different retailers. So if you go visit any of your, probably almost every retailer is probably doing some kind of sale. So check out your favorite one or your local retailer or whatever. And there's some good sales, especially I think like this is a really good opportunity for people to get Cosmic because, a lot of people said, I'm not going to pre-order something before it, a new line before it ships or whatever. And now like some of these are the pre-order price. They're like, the deluxe figures are straight up. They're $48. Those are like Thygar and the 2 Svexians. Those are straight up the pre-order price. And then like Slog, the retail price of Slog is high. It's $120. So getting that for like 95 or whatever it is a great option for Slog. And I have to say, that might be my favorite Cosmic figure. It is so awesome. I love that thing.
It's a dangerous sale.
Yeah, this sale is so painful, like tearing me up inside because there's so many figures I want for customs that I would love to buy, but I'm also, like Cloud said, trying to save up for the pre-order. And to say I'm conflicted is an understatement.
All the rumors flying around about Figura Obscura drops. The month is short. That's another one to worry about.
Yeah, I mean there's a couple really good ones in that All-Star too, with like the Xylernian Guard and Dubon, like getting those for $39. Like you said, it's basically like $2 more than what the pre-order price was, and yeah, those are really cool figures, especially if you're a customizer.
Yep. Speaking of sales, Joe already mentioned some Black Friday pickups. There's still some good stuff going on. I mean, this was, Cyber Monday kind of thing, but this is Big Bad Toy Store. This is just 3 of the ones. I think they're still going on. They were going on this morning when I put this slideshow together. If they're not, let me know. But the prices on these 3 are awesome, and there's a whole bunch of other stuff. Like I saw like a really good deal on a Masterpiece Transformer, one of the Seekers. I forget which one, but there's some awesome deals still kind of going on out there. So if you're on the hunt, like just that Golden Axe set, that's like, I think that's $100 off or maybe $90 off. That's a crazy price. Yeah.
Yeah. I picked up that Superman. I'm not a huge fan of the Dark Knight Returns style. But I'm a sucker for Superman. So at that price, like I couldn't not buy that. I'm a MAFEX junkie. So yeah, I had to pick that one up.
That subline, the Dark Knight Returns subline, is my favorite thing. I love those figures so much. They do like big, huge, chunky figures, but move so well. Like the combination of like movement and chunk is like, it's like the perfect formula. It's really good. Bill is oddly quiet.
I didn't even make that connection.
Either way,
Joe on about. Right.
Not going to talk about. I'm not going to like. If something's coming, I'm not going to say it's coming. If something's not coming, I'm not going to say it's not coming because then that ruins whatever fun there is. So
we just have to wait.
Can't say anything.
What I will say is that if you get to a point, whether it's right now, whether it's when your tax return comes, whatever, store away those Mythic Legions gift cards, those 4 Horsemen gift cards, because they come in handy when that figure obscura does drop, and you don't have to scramble. So
yeah, that's good advice. Yeah,
that is good advice. I won't take it, but it's good advice. I just tell my wife, I'm like, oh, there's something coming out. And she's like, great. And that's all I hear about.
Yeah, the Cyclops also is $50. That's right. Wow. Yep.
That's a good price for a Mezco figure.
They're like these ones, I think these ones were 90 or 100. So it's
about an average.
Yeah, 50. Yeah, they're 50% off. They were 100. You only need one Hush Superman. like, I guess if you only want one Superman in your collection, I would say the Hush Superman is more like appropriate, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's the one that I've got is the Hush Superman, but then I put the black suit Superman head on it because I like
yeah.
the mullet Superman better.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, as chunky as this guy is, and as well as MAFEX moves, kind of what you were saying, like for the price, I had to at least get this thing to play with it. So I don't know where it'll be displayed or if it'll be displayed, but I had to pick it up for the price.
I've been like hoping to see the one that I want that I don't have is the armored Batman. I've been hoping to see that like on a crazy deal or something, but I haven't picked that one up yet. But I do have the blue. I have like the battle damaged Batman, incredible, and I have the black, like the gray and black suit regular one. Yeah.
I did it wasn't really a deal. It was a little bit on sale. I think it was like maybe 20% off. So I guess it was on sale, but one of the 3-0 Optimus Primes, like the 7-inch one. I saw that Jesse Firerising did a photo shoot with him in the Megatron, and I was like, man, I got it. So I checked it out on Amazon, and it just happened to be on sale, and I'm like, okay, well, pulling the trigger on that one.
Nice. We're gonna talk a little 3-0 news after. I love their Iron Man line. And unfortunately, I didn't have time to like put together a giveaway, but I do want to shout out the channel members. I put this. I got sick of trying to update the banner, so I got this slide, and this should be updated. So this is. I mean, this is a lot. It's like 50 or 60 people.
This is before Joe got
right.
10
Yeah.
more.
So there's 10 more now. Yeah. Exactly.
He's just making you work at keeping this updated.
Yeah.
Right. Get on that.
Yeah. So.
By the end of the show, clock's ticking.
Yeah. So, as always, thanks again to the channel members, and thanks again to the super chats. Thank you, Len, $5 for agreeing with me. Yeah, awesome. And this is kind of the topic that I wanted to bring up. I want to talk a little bit about this because we do have a lot of Mezco collectors, and it's funny because I posted this. I posted it on my my Instagram stories, and I got a lot of, like when you reply to an Instagram story, it becomes like a DM, and I got a ton of those DMs. So then I posted it in the Mezco group, and a ton of people commented on that, and that's where all these comments are from. A lot of people are like, I didn't even realize I wasn't getting these points. So what's happening is that, so Mezco reward system is that whenever you buy a figure, you get the amount of points equal to the number, equal to the price. If you buy a $100 figure, you get 100 points. And the points are basically 5%. So like 100 points is $5 or something like that, right? And they expire after 2 years. And that's where the tricky thing came in, because I think they didn't have an expiration date a few years ago, and then they put in an expiration date. And so now what's happening is rather than the points expiring from the day you are credited those points, they are expiring from the day you placed your order. So if you placed your order, like for example, this Gotham by Gaslight Batman 2 years ago, your points have expired. And so this thing ships. Typically, the points hit your account when they ship. So these things have been shipping, a ton of them. This Batman, Roadblock, what were the other ones? Solomon Kane. Those were my three. Solomon Kane was the first one that I figured it out on. I was like, what the hell? Because I had used my points on Indiana Jones. I had cleared out my points to 0 at that point. And then the next thing that shipped to me since then was Solomon Kane. And I was still at 0 points. And then I emailed them. I'm like, can you give me my points? And like, yep, that was an error. Here's your points. And then it just kept happening. Roadblock shipped a couple weeks ago. And then this Batman shipped a couple days ago. And so the points were not coming in. And so I just kept having to message them. And, when you message them, it might take a day, but they give you the points. They put the points in your account. But then there's like like, how long has this been going on? And like, have I actually, like, for situations where maybe I didn't clear my points out and I didn't notice, right? Like if I spent like $20 worth of my $80 that I had sitting there just to like, cut back on the shipping on my last order or something, like, were these just not hitting and I didn't notice? So, I, obviously they were, because a lot of people started saying they're Destro, they're Rob. I think somebody even said Robin, even though Robin isn't 2 years old, which is a little strange. But a lot of people were just talking about Batman 89, a bunch of other ones. So, did I get a shipping notification for Batman? Yes, I did. I did get a shipping notification on that.
Well, and I don't know a lot about the Mezco system, because I've only gotten a couple figures and I got them through Big Bad Toy Store. But I heard that you can't always use your points too, right? Aren't there like figures that get released that are not eligible to use your points on?
Yeah. So the backstory with that comes down again to their weak website and processing system. So years ago, you were able to use the points on everything. You could use it on exclusives. You could use it on drops that were in stock. You could use it on whatever. But then the line got around, I want to say around 2019-ish, probably around 2019. The line got so popular that you would go to the site and it would crash. It would literally crash, and like the whole site would be down for a while you're trying to order, and it would just be crazy. Like I remember we were in a group today talking about like Special Ops Punisher. John Wick was one around then that like the website just crashed. And so what would happen is it would like kind of not, it would sort of like an order would go in, but it wouldn't process the payment, and it would sort of cancel the order. And then your points would have been spent. So if you used points, they would have been spent. And then you had to go in and ask them to give the points back. And it created, I believe it created this like crazy, like clusterfuck, for lack of a better word, that they just said, okay, from now on until we get, and this is speculation on my part, but like it was at that point where they said, where just all of a sudden you couldn't use points on exclusives. And then eventually they started allowing points on exclusives again. Like, so this past week they had this guy, Bartholomew Vex, and you were able to use points on it, even though it was an exclusive. It was a in stock drop and all that stuff. But anyway, that's why some you can, some you can't. I have a feeling now.
The reason I brought that up was because I heard, like, I think it was the mech suit one, that big Gomez with the mech suit.
Yeah.
I heard some people say, hey, I've got points that are expiring, and that one they allowed you, I guess, to use it. And so like they, a lot of people I think use their points on that when it came out. So
yeah. So that's nice. I mean, they've been allowing points on exclusives again. They haven't, to their credit, they haven't had site crashes and crazy fast sellouts and stuff for a while now. So that part of it is kind of good. But anyway, so there's like a lot of people who are missing points, and it's tricky because if you go into your account, you can see, it's weird. It says like points earned. So you go to like your reward points page and it tells you points earned, but it only tells you which points you earned at the point of ordering. That's all you know. And then it tells you how much like if you've spent points, it'll track it. So then like another line item will be like you spent, 1,000 points for $20 or whatever. But it won't tell you when you're credited the points. It only gives you a total, like it just gives you a total at any time of what you currently have. So you never know, unless you always kind of have in the back of your head, like, I know what my points total is. And then when something ships, I know that I got my points. Like, you don't really, you're not going to see a record of your points hitting your account. So that makes figuring out whether or not you received your points on some things tricky, especially if you order a lot from them. If you order frequently and you don't necessarily spend your points. And zeroing out is like an easy way. If you go back and you're like, oh, I remember I went to 0 on this order a couple weeks ago or a couple months ago, and then you can kind of figure out mathematically since then what's shipped and whether or not you get the points. But my stuff's going back years, and I've just been, it was easy with the last 3 because I had zeroed out. But then when I went back to Destro, I had no idea. I was like, did I get my points for Destro? I actually don't know. There was no way for me to figure it out. Like mathematically, it would have been like I would have had to gone back to my very first order with the site and like calculated everything. I don't know. It would have been, and I still wouldn't have known specifically which ones gave me points and which didn't. I just would have known like whether or not I was missing points. Anyway, so my solution, and this is why I'm kind of talking about it, is because I want to give this advice, I guess, to people. I've just been going one at a time and then creating a thing and saying, I don't think I got my points for this. Can you give me my points? And then it's like, if they can, maybe they can confirm it on their end, and then give me the points. Or if I did get the points, maybe they can confirm that too. I don't know, but that's how I've been doing it. And so far they've all been coming back with points. Like my latest one was, I did get my points back for Destro. And then I submitted my 5th request today. After I got my points for Destro, I submitted my 5th request for, 89 Batman. So I'll keep people posted on that, but it's kind of crazy. And then like the idea would be, okay, so just look at which figures have shipped for you that the time from pre-order to release was 2 years, but that might not be all of them either, because if something had a 15-month pre-order window, if something, like went up for pre-order, let's say in middle of 2021, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you got it at the beginning of 2023, right? So that would have been a year and a half, so 18 months. And then since then, there's been 11 more months. So that would have gone past that 2-year mark, even though it wasn't on pre-order for 2 years. It would, it would have expired. So it's just like, it's
And what if you were on the wait list and then, got to go through right before they started shipping or something?
Right. So the wait list, unless it's been 2 years since it shipped,
Mm-hmm.
the wait list you'll only get those points when it ships on the wait list, because
Gotcha.
you get it when the order processes. And when you go on the wait list, they don't process the order. They just put you on, they just have a thing that says you will automatically be processed if one comes available. So that's actually, I talked to a guy, he's like, I had all these figures that are on the list of people who are getting, no points. And I said, did you were they wait list? And he was like, yeah, they were all wait lists. And so he didn't have that happen.
So maybe waitlist is the way to go.
I know. Yeah. And actually, like, they fill quite a bit. Like if you like, let's say this Bartholomew Vex just sold out this morning or maybe yesterday. If you like go in and order that now, there's a pretty good chance that waitlist is going to convert. Waitlist is always the way to go. And you don't have to pay an NRD with the waitlist either. I made the mistake of using points on a waitlisted item and it didn't fulfill, and they said sorry. Yeah, you lose them. Don't ever use points on the waitlist. Even, I mean, I guess sometimes you're pretty confident it's going to fill, but I still would never do it just in case, because those points are pretty valuable. I have like 80. I mean, I got, all my points right now I got because they were not given to me and I had to, work to get them back, which is its own problem, right? But I have like $82 right now in points. That's almost a whole figure.
Yeah. Wow.
But I'm kind of done with Mezco. I mean, I've been like backing way off Mezco anyways, but I'm like nearly all done with pre-ordering anything direct from Mezco. Like I'm going to go to Entertainment Earth, for the most part now and order my Mezcos. 'Cause like this whole like there's so many issues, and then they have the issues with like when something comes into stock and the old credit card on there, even if it's still like your same card, like it fails, and then you like update it and then it fails again. Like their system is all messed up. They need to like invest. They need maybe like I know for a fact they're getting inundated right now with people requesting their points back. Maybe this will like motivate them a little bit because of all the customer service hours that are probably going into this thing. Like, maybe it'll motivate them a little bit to make some updates.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, it seems like a reward system shouldn't be work for the person using it. That's not really,
Sideshow is
it's not really a bonus.
Is awesome. When your points were earned, when they were credited, every single points you have next to it, it tells you when it expires. Like it's got everything on there.
So it should be.
Right. And it's funny because back when Mezco first started, they had hired the people who made the Sideshow site. That's I don't know if they're still the same people, but like that's what they modeled their site after was Sideshow and their point system and all that.
Yeah, if I had to do that much math, I'd probably be like, I'm just paying full price.
Sometimes with the no cheap shipping, it's cheaper to go to Entertainment Earth or BBTS, even with them charging tax. So, yeah, and also like a really good thing for me is consolidating as many orders as I can to one place, just so that it's just easier to keep track of. Like all those ThreeZero Iron Man figures, I order all of them from Entertainment Earth. And then now I'm starting to pretty much order any Mezcos from there as well. So yeah, Big Bad Toy Store for certain things, especially the Monkey Fiction stuff because it's exclusive to them. But yeah, familiar gripe indeed. Yeah. So that's that. So do any of you collect? Oh, Chris, you said you do a little bit, right?
I've got a few, but I got like one in a trade and another one or two that I bought from Big Bad Toy Store. So
yeah.
I've only ever placed one order directly through Mezco and they never shipped it. So whatever.
It was like an accessory pack.
It was you were talking up the skulls the one time, that skull pack. And I ordered one of those and they took my money. They never shipped it. So
bastards.
Yeah. But it wasn't expensive enough that I was, willing to fight over it. So
I'm the same way. I'm like, it's not much. I'm like,
yeah. I was just like that dang DorkLair.
I had similar issues with 5K. They just take a while to address issues, but they fixed it. Most don't realize they have reward system. Oh, 5K has rewards?
I didn't know that either, and I've ordered quite a bit from them.
Yeah, I must have some rewards. Hedgehog. Luckily, I just told them I was missing 1,200 points. They looked and told me exactly which points that accidentally expired in credit. Oh, really? Okay. Because somebody else told me that they asked if they were they said I'm missing points, and they were like, you have to name specifically your orders. Okay, so you did all the math. You calculated and did this addition and subtraction. You knew you were missing 1,200. You messaged them and said I'm missing 1,200, and they knew which ones. Okay.
Or he just made up that number. We don't know. He could have just pulled that
I remember
number
him saying he oh, it's on here, isn't it? It's on here, I think. Where is it? Hedgehogs. Yeah, I didn't.
I'm gonna message Mezco tomorrow and be like, I'm missing 6,000 points.
I think the 12/29/23 deficit is his. I think this one on the bottom right. I think that's
gotcha.
It's funny. I've had great.
You can charge them interest on the item that you didn't get, Curtis. I didn't get my item, but I'll take 6,000 points.
Right.
It's been years. You should message him and be like, I'm still waiting on this.
By the way,
can you give me an update on my order? Yeah, this is what I was talking about too. The updating the credit card every damn time a figure is shipping, they really need to fix that site. It's it's like it's every time. It's so ridiculous.
Awful.
But I'm down to two. I'm down to my last two pre-orders on Mezco, and I think I'm canceling one.
Hmm.
I have the Fantastic Four is one of those things where it's like that was so long ago that my collecting has changed so much that I'm like, I'll just eat the $40 NRD and like cancel that. I think
That's still not out?
it's still not out.
Wow. Wow.
So, and then the other one is Indiana Jones, which I do want. So, and I used a bunch of points on that. Was the one I used those points on. So yeah, like I'll do one more. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for every single thing that I can possibly get, every point recovery I can make to get to me, and then I'm gonna just make one. Like maybe I'll order Duke, whatever's like there. That's like I can order something, and that'll be my last one that I order direct. And like ordering the drops is kind of safe for this thing because they drop and they ship now or maybe a month from now, and it's not going to be an issue. But like the pre-orders, like like these, like this Joker that's let's go into these actually. So this is charging Monday. It looks awesome. I gotta say, it looks really good. But I just don't have. It's more about like the time and the space. Like I just don't have the capacity in my life to take these 4 adopted children into my life and like deal with them. Like just like I just like look at like read and just like imagine how much time to spend on that figure alone, just posing it and attaching things and whatnot. And it's like I just don't have the time for this thing. It's such a big set.
Did
it looks
the
awesome.
Horseman help on this set too, or just the Doctor Doom?
That's a good question. I'm not sure. I feel like you'd think they would have at least worked on that thing, but I'm not sure. Somebody in the chat probably remembers. Just Doom, according to Trevor. That's one that I am looking forward to, and that it's manageable. Was the first at least. Okay. Doom was the first. Yeah, like that Doom I definitely want. And then they put out this one for this is like Cyber Monday, right? I guess, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Bartholomew Vex. And like I think this looks awesome. This looks like a really cool figure. Got the Vulture head with the
That
Vulture
head.
Yeah. It's like mutating, I mean, is that the beak that's like, it's like
yeah,
gross.
It's very,
amazing.
very Lovecraft.
Yeah, for sure. And then the snail with the medical bag, basically, which is big. Like that's like a, like that bag is like a 1/12 scale bag. So that snail is in scale. It's massive. But yeah, this is cool. So it's like a villain for like a rival for Atticus Doom. Very cool stuff. $95. That sold out. It was up for a while though. Anybody who wanted it could get it. It was up for a couple days, so that was a good one. And then this is the Joker I was talking about. So this is a Joker that can go with that Golden Age Batman, which I do have, but I ended up passing on the Joker. Just I got Jokers and I don't know. I'm weird. Like I'll buy like 10 Batmans before I buy my 3rd Joker. It's a cool looking set though. A little sparse on the. I mean, 3 heads is nice, but a little. I guess maybe I'm just so used to these things coming crazy loaded that this one feels a little sparse, but still a very cool looking figure.
Well, Golden Age, I don't think they did as much, with the character back then. Yeah.
Yep.
Good point.
Very true. Yeah. It's got the badge with the acid coming out of it. And then this was big news yesterday, maybe. So this is a 6-inch scale Red Sonja from Boss Fight Studios, just the teaser. So just this render, this digital render. But it is Epic Hacks is their 6-inch line. The only ones we've had so far from them for the Epic Hacks are the skeletons. So this will be the first fully fleshed human. I assumed they would go straight to like their knights next, you know. But for a licensed figure, that's really cool. And I pulled up a couple images of some of their others. The only other 6-inch figures they have are the wrestling figures right now. And these are like the Lucha Libre figures. And I don't know the characters' names, but this gives you like 2 different bucks like that they've done so far for the 6-inch female figures. They're like pretty fully articulated. One of them has double elbows, one has single, but for the most part, like these are like very modern articulation kind of figures. So
Yeah.
I would imagine that Red Sonja is going to be in this same range.
It's not going to be near as expensive as the loose collector one, too, I'm sure.
No, it'll be like $40.
Yeah, those
The
figures are
skeletons
nice. They're so expensive.
Yeah. Yep. I don't have any of those.
Got a few of them over here.
Yeah. But this sculpt looks awesome. This looks really good.
Yeah, the head looks really nice. This is one that I'd want to see comparison pics with other lines and stuff to see how it scales and all that. But yeah, I mean, just what they're showing here looks cool looking.
This will be like, if it's anything like the skeletons, and I don't have the wrestlers. I've actually heard, I think Dan Briggs has some of the wrestlers and he said they're phenomenal wrestling figures. But I know the skeletons are like Black Series 6-inch size, like
Gotcha.
on the small end of 6-inch. Like
Yeah.
maybe Marvel Legends, maybe in between Black Series and Marvel Legends. So I imagine she's gonna be in that same, like she'll probably be right at 6 inches, not like 6.5 or 6 3/4. She'll be like right at 6 is my guess. But we'll see.
You could fit that teenager niche on your shelf next to your legions.
Right. Teens. This is my jam right here. So now we're on the like polar opposite end of 1/12 scale, because these things are huge. But I love them because I don't collect any other MCU stuff. I only collect these, so I don't need these to be like in scale with anything else really. But these are like full on, like at least 7 inches tall, these things. But they're awesome. They're fully die cast. I mean, there's some plastic parts, but like they are majority die cast. This is the Mark 6 from Iron Man 2. The line is just called Infinity Saga, but this is the suit from Iron Man 2. I think he had it in Avengers 1 at the beginning, maybe too. But
I think so. Been a minute.
The is it Extremist with the triangular? But yeah, I'm like pretty much all in for this line. The only ones I haven't ordered are the Spider-Man and the Black Panther. Just all the Iron Mans I have in the War Machines. And
This looks nice.
and these like they're weird. They're metal joints too, so it does not move like your typical figure, but the articulation range is incredible, and the drop down hips and everything. Like you think like, oh, it can't really do that pose. It can 100% do that pose.
So like with a plastic figure, if you have some stiff joints or something, you heat it up. Do you do the same thing with this, with the metal parts?
I haven't heated anything up. I just move them because they're metal, and
Gotcha.
it's like it's just like it's not a stuck joint. It's just
Stiff.
very stiff, and it moves.
Gotcha.
It's just, you just have to
WD-40,
understand it.
Curtis.
Yeah,
Oil
right.
can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love these so much. And this time of year, like like one of my holiday traditions is to watch especially the Iron Man trilogy, but like I also will watch some of the Avengers stuff, but anything with Iron Man in it, I just love. And I love that Iron Man 3 is like Christmas time, and it's kind of like my movie I watch every year when I'm wrapping presents. I'm downstairs Christmas Eve or maybe Christmas Eve, and I'm just wrapping presents, and I just have that on kind of in the background. It's like it's been this tradition for like 5 years now. So this
Nice.
time of year, I love getting these.
Nice.
I was hoping the next wave was going to hit, but I think they're now January. But yeah, these are awesome. That's what it comes
Yeah,
with.
like I said, I ordered that Optimus from ThreeZero, and that'll be my first one of their figures that I'm going to have. So I'm kind of hoping that I don't like it because I can see going down a rabbit hole on it really quick.
Yeah, the nice thing is like they don't put out a ton.
Yeah.
Maybe one every couple months or something like that. It's not like you're going to get like 5 figures in a wave or something.
Yeah. Yeah, but I also said that about MAFEX because they only put like 2 figures a month out, but I find myself ordering just about at least
Every
one
single
out of
one.
every 2. Yeah. Like every time they put out 2, it's like, okay, well, I'll get this one, but not the other.
Yeah.
Like I just ordered they put out the new Luke Skywalker from Mando. And I ordered that one.
Oh, I meant to put that up. I had it on my thumbnail and I didn't even put it in the slideshow. Terrible. I've been so, like this week, like for work, because after Thanksgiving, it's like we have this stretch of time now between now and Christmas, and then it's like we get to the end of the semester. Like I am like doing a ton of stuff at work with the kids and just like really we're doing Macbeth right now, and we're just like cranking through it, writing papers, and just doing so much stuff this week, and it's like I have just barely had a chance to catch my breath.
Well, between that and filming Figure Obscura releases, I mean, yeah, it definitely takes up a lot of time for sure. So
Nicely done.
But anyway, that'll do it for the news. I don't know. Did you guys have any like other news items?
I don't think
Any
so.
other things you caught your eye?
No.
No. I'm really digging these Plunderlongs. I hope anybody who ordered them got them or is getting them soon. I think they said they were mostly like 75% done shipping them before Thanksgiving. So they're rolling out the rest of them
nice.
now.
Nice.
These guys they're really cool. Looking forward to some photography with these, especially from like Pablo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, these are a lot of fun.
And anyway, we're going to be getting towards our end of year stuff. So next episode, 2 weeks from now, will be our very special special DorkLair 3, our 3rd year in a row, where we pick a year and we take a look at the Christmas catalog, whether it's Sears or JCPenney's from that year. So 2 years ago, we did 84 and just sort of flip through. There's a site called Muse. What the heck is it called? I forget the name of the site, but there's a site that has all the catalogs and you can just look up any year and, PDFs of everything. And we did 84 and we just flipped through like the toy section. And then last year we did 86. This year we're sort of on track to do 88, but I put it out to the guys to see if they want to maybe jump, because Chris is a 90s kid. So like maybe we'll jump into the 90s and then jump back into the 80s next time or something. But yeah, we'll see. So that'll be 2 weeks from today. We'll do that, Christmas episode. And then I guess 2 weeks after that, probably like the week after Christmas and like going into New Year's, we'll do our like best of the year. So that kind of got me thinking about one category, which is who was the best toy company of 2023. I know a lot of people are high on NECA this year, myself included. Obviously, Four Horsemen just absolutely killed it this year. That would be my pick, hands down. But I'd like to hear, not in the live chat, but in the comments for the video, once we sign off, who was the best toy company of 2023? And tell us, tell us why. I want to get the conversation going and start kind of thinking about that end of year stuff. I will be doing my top 10 lists. I'll be doing my top 10 Mythic Legions and then my top 10 non-Mythic Legions. Because like, that's just how it is these days. It's like at least 50% of my collecting is now Legions. And it's like the primary thing. It's like, I can't make 3 different lists that are mixed anymore. I can do non-Legions and the Legions. And that's what I have this year. So that'll be that. Curtis, do you have a shooting the shelf going on this week?
We do. We've got Kent Poole on there. Kent from Cabal Collects. He's going to be on. We're actually doing an earlier show this week because Cullen will be doing that live wheel at 9. So we want to go live a little bit earlier so that we can have everybody out of there and ushered over to Cullen by the time he gets ready to start his wheel. So, and we got an off-world tomorrow, which Joe's going to be on. So
nice.
That'll be fun. Can I throw out my little best toy company of 2023?
Yeah. What do you got?
I mean, obviously we're all going to say Four Horsemen, but I did want to do an honorable mention, if it's okay, which is Mondo, because the last 2 things that they've put out, the Battle Cat and the Trapjaw, have been phenomenal. I mean, I've loved Mondo since the start, but these last 2 are just so much better quality wise. Like, I've always had a problem with, they come with those figure stands and you really do have to use them because otherwise you have trouble with those things. But Trapjaw and Battle Cat, you don't need any stands. Like, those things, they're so good. And that Battle Cat is so big. Nice. For them to execute the way that they did, I think they deserve some kudos. So yeah, that would be my honorable mention.
Joe, you got one besides Four Horsemen? Like an honorable mention?
I don't. And well, I used to collect a lot of different lines, like a lot, and just slowly over the years, I've stopped different, Marvel Legends and the Star Wars figures and everything. And I pretty much, other than the occasional thing that catches my eye, like the D&D cartoon figures because of nostalgia, I pretty much just collect Four Horsemen. When I have spare money, I don't feel like going and grabbing a random figure from a different company. Yeah. I want to get, more characters to do customs with, from Four Horsemen. Yeah. So they've kind of, narrowed it down to just them in my collecting.
That's one of the things about customizing. It's like there's a never ending, like it's never ending. You know what I mean? Like, there's always something to buy because there's always a custom that you could make.
I went crazy with, I went crazy with 3D printed parts. So I have like 12 cases full of 3D printed parts.
Oh, wow.
And not enough time to actually like make the customs that I want to make. So now I'm trying to slow down on buying parts and actually get to some of the customs. So, but yeah, that's my energy is always in thinking about like, do I need doubles of this character for what? Like, I obviously need 2 of the new scapular, to display because it's pretty much 2 unique figures. But then what customs can I do with them? Do I need 1 or 2 more after that, to do something fun with? So, yeah, I have to go with Four Horsemen all the way.
How about you, Cloud? Plunderlings?
I'm going to go with Four Horsemen. And I just started collecting in January. So I'm very new to the line. That's how quick I kind of fell in love with them.
Cool.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I think for my runner up, I do. I mean, I'm tempted to say these ThreeZero figures. Looks like we lost Cloud. She froze up there and then disappeared. But anyway, I'm tempted to say ThreeZero stuff, but like for me, it's like I haven't really messed around with too many of them this year. It was like more at the end of last year, but I did get that Mark III this year. And that is 100% going to be on my top 10, like non-Legions figures. So that's an awesome suit. I love that Mark III. Right. So Caleb, that's a really good. I mean, even if you just had one of this figure like that one or the Mark VII that's not out yet are like my 2 favorite suits. So that's an awesome one to get. Really good.
Looks like Hedgehog says the Deluxe Skeletor is shipping early December. I did not realize that. So that is awesome to hear.
Did people have the Panther in hand too already?
Yeah. Some people have already gotten that. That was shipping as soon as orders were placed, pretty much.
Wow, lost you there for a minute, Cloud.
The second time that's happened to me. It happened on I think Trevor's stream. Everything just locked up.
Yeah, well, we're gonna sign off soon. So I feel like sometimes when you're streaming for a while, like it gets like bogged down or something.
Yeah.
Especially this time of night too. Just within a neighborhood, there's just like a lot of internet traffic because everybody's streaming TV right now. Yeah, so let's see. Mondo have definitely upped their game since the 1.6 figs began. The Mark 7's releasing soon. That was when I was hoping would hit like now. I was like, oh yeah, get that in hand. I love this time of year. But I ordered it from Entertainment and now it says January, so we'll see. And yeah, companies like this, Fure, Axie Toys, Zezre, like the
memory
Zezre
toys.
memory toys. Yep, those Zezre Minotaurs are just awesome, really cool.
I really love the memory toys orcs that they've been putting out. Those are really cool too.
Yeah, I should pick one of those up. They do look awesome.
And it's not just that the smaller companies are doing better; it's that the big companies are doing much worse quality of figures too.
Yeah,
you
it's
know,
like both ends.
You walk down a toy aisle in a store anymore, and it's just I don't know, it doesn't have that same feel that it used to. You know.
I agree.
I don't want to go to the I don't want to go to the toys, aisle and feel disappointment walking through there. That's no fun.
I was big into, I don't know, you guys aren't gonna be able to see what's behind me, but I've got a wall of Marvel Legends, and that was when I got heavy into collecting again a couple of years ago. That was my line, and it was exciting to see the new characters. It was exciting to add somebody to the shelf. And then once I really kind of, it was Alithia's fault. I got that figure and was just like blown away by her. I mean, you guys have seen my tattoo. And it was downhill from there. And I'm like, oh, this one looks cool. And that guy sounds cool. And like getting a Marvel Legend doesn't wow me the same way that I get anything from Four Horsemen. And it's similar in price for the most part. Like those Marvel figures are hitting that like $30 range as it is. So to open up something and be like, holy crap, I'm glad I got this, as opposed to that's kind of cool, put it on the shelf. I know where my money's going.
And Hedgehog makes a good point. The classified line, certain things, Hasbro's hitting it with certain things. They're hitting it with classified and they're hitting it with Transformers. And still to a certain extent with the vintage collection. It's just that the vintage collection is so expensive now. They're close to $20 a figure now, so it's like it's tough to like judge them on that price.
Yeah.
But like any of the figures that are new sculpts that they do with the vintage collection are typically awesome. Like even that Sabine Wren with the big oversized helmet, it's like goofy, large. Like take that helmet off and the rest of that figure is phenomenal. It's like a really nice figure. Like Previsla.
Yeah,
when is my Previsla
that's one of the
get here? You got that?
Yeah. That's one of my side figures that I pick up. I'm a big fan of Star Wars: The Old Republic video game, so whenever they drop an Old Republic figure, I try to snag it.
Nice.
So,
man, I'm looking at the 3-0 Iron Spider. Oh my goodness, that's cool.
Yeah.
Holy moly. You said that's one you didn't get?
Yeah, that one in the Black Panther, I decided to just stick with the Iron Mans because I got to have some lines to draw.
God, that thing looks amazing.
It does. And it's, like these die-cast figures, the paint jobs, like that's the perfect figure for their paint jobs. They're so beautifully metallic that it's going to come across so nice on that figure because that suit has a metallic look to it. And that figure is going to be awesome.
All right. I'm officially mad at you, Bill. Sending me down other rabbit holes.
Well, if you order it, let me know what you think of it because I'm like smitten with these Iron Man figures. All right, so 940. Reminder: post show, even if you threw it in the chat here, post show, who is the best toy company of 2023? If you're like, the obvious, like a lot of us are Legions collectors in this, like throw out your runner up too, maybe throw out like Legions and then your runner up, because I feel like a lot of people are going to say Four Horsemen. But yeah, hey, thank you for coming on and filling in. I really appreciate it. Thank you again for, the memberships. It's much appreciated. It's, it drives the giveaways for sure. And I'm always super grateful for all that.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Well, thanks
Awesome.
for having us. For
Yeah,
me,
thank you.
I really appreciate it. Yeah, for sure.
And I want to do more member stuff, more members exclusive streams, like Saturday morning type stuff. So we'll see. Maybe this weekend we'll get another one going. But anyway, that'll do it for us today. Thanks everybody. Until next time, may the force be with you.
Follow me into the dark.